Howdy, hey, welcome back to Pacific Northwest Gold Rushers. I'm Jeff, amateur prospector, and this is Gold Rush 23. I'm back to the same spot. We do have company, but the river's really looking clear. Happy St. Patrick's Day, day late. But I thought about going to other creeks this week, but it's really been kind of warming up. Right now it's cold as crap, but it's getting up in the afternoon up to almost 60, which means the melts are coming. And once they start, depending on whether it rains or not, this is going to be almost up to the road. So this is not reachable during the melt. Typically, when the warm weather's there, as long as the rains don't hit too hard, the creeks are still accessible. So I was thinking about it this week, and I decided that what I'm going to do is go ahead and just keep hitting this for now, because it's the only time it's going to be accessible, because once the melts come, it's shut down for about a month or two. Then I can hit the creeks. So I'm just planning on recircling it again. I prospected a spot last week, or I may just go back to the fire pit. I'm not sure. I got to get down there. Sun's just now making it over the mountain, so things are going to start warming up, thankfully. And other than that, I'm going to find me some nugs. And I did gain quite a few subscribers this week. Thank you. I appreciate that. Got a few comments. Always enjoy those. Almost to 200 subscribers. That means I really have to seriously start thinking about making that Pacific Northwest Gold Rusher pay dirt for the 500 subscriber giveaway. It will be done, and it will be good. Somebody out there is going to get a nug. So let me get this stuff down there. I am going to go all day. Well, if I can. I even packed me a couple sandwiches. Richard couldn't come. He had plans to go golfing and everything, so I'm happy for him. He actually really enjoys golfing. It's tough for anybody to have multiple hobbies and picking and choosing between them, but he knows he's always welcome to come with me, and I'll put him to work. Gold Rush 23. Howdy, I made it down here. The visitor we got here is actually a fly fisherman. His name's Dave. He's a semi-local. That is always so cool. I could never do it. I've tried in my younger days, and for some reason I'm just too much of a flunda. But we got some people up at, I call that the boulder field. That's just before this bend, and I believe I know who that is. But you can see there is fast enough water up there to actually sluice. But I personally never really did well up there. But I haven't been back there in a few years, so I know some of this area does well where the fast water collides, and then actually even back up in there I've done well over there. But for today I'm just more getting down here before the melts come, because it is so pretty. It's like my favorite spots. I hope Dave catches something. It'd be cool to film that. So anyway, I'm going to go find me a spot to dig. Gold Rush 23. Howdy, hey, just an update. Okay, Dave's still out there trying to catch one. But I came down here and I pulled these rocks just off the sand here. Found that big monster down there. But this material does not look like the material I normally run. And I don't know, it sounds yummy. I don't know if this has been dug before. That's my thing. And you never do until you pan. So I'm going to do a test pan of this stuff underneath that rock there. That will be a real big indicator, because for me, yes, there could be some small specks in there because this bar does replenish itself. But what I'm looking for is a little more better sized flakes. And then that tells me it hasn't been moved in a long time. So let me do a test pan. We'll get back at Gold Rush 23. Alrighty, just an update. Just as I thought. This is not a good spot. I did find gold. Got 1, 2. So I got 2 small flakes. That's not worth digging. So I kind of had a feeling about that just by the look of the soil. So we're going to keep looking and poking around and try to find that juicy stuff. Gold Rush 23. Alright, hey, just an update. Okay, I filled in the hole. Moved over a little bit. And this stuff is starting to look a little better. So just that tiny little area had all those. But I actually had to use my pick to get down in here. But you can see this is more of that clay type area. Now this is actually kind of loose because I did take the pick at it and break it up. But you can still see compressed rocks. But as you know, you got a test pan. You don't know it until you see it in the pan. Gold Rush 23. Alright, just an update. I finished that test pan. A lot better. I don't know if you can see that or not, maybe in the shade. But there's about 9 or 10 microdots and then a couple small flakes in there, but that's just the top layer. So I think I'm going to try to go down just to the next layer and do another test pan, and then we'll make the decision to dig there or not. Well, I got a big one down there. So I think I'm going to go ahead and classify this top stuff in a bucket. And we'll see. Gold Rush 23. Okay, just an update. I got that surface stuff off, but this is what I'm battling. It's a good thing, but a bad thing. Down here, finally getting into that lower level. You can see a little bit of the clay there. But that's a big rock. I got about a half a bucket. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm still not sure. I mean, I know there's gold in there. But as you can tell, you got to move a lot of rock. I mean, it's almost unbelievable they all fit in there. But it's a nice, beautiful, warm day. I'm actually sweating for the first time in a while because it's warm. That sun feels so good. So I'm going to take my pans. I'm going to go speed pan that down. And I know I'm going to lose a flake here or there, but you can kind of see if that top layer is worth doing it, or should I just pick another spot. Really not worried about it today. I don't even care if I even set up. I'm having fun just doing test pans. I was talking to Dave. I'm waiting for him to hook one so I can film it. But it just feels good to get out. Hopefully my buddy Rich is having fun golfing. And other than that, I'm going to go speed pan this down and I'll show you what I got. First, I need to hydrate. Take me a sip of Blue Mountain. Gold Rush 23. Find them nugs. Alrighty then. I finished speed panning that down. I did slow down a little bit. A lot of black sand. A lot of black sand and a lot of garnets. I almost felt guilty pulling them out because I know my Emma Gemma likes them. But for a half a bucket, that's mostly top layer. I don't even think I got totally down into the bottom layer. Let's take a look. Probably going to be hard here, but let's see. How do I get this? Does that help? So, I got several tiny micro dots. That bigger one up there, that's a nug. And then some, about 6 or 7 or 8 smaller flakes. Not as good a test pan as the fire pit. I don't know. I'm enjoying myself. I'm not sure to keep going with that hole. That's a big boulder down there. Maybe kind of work my way around or under it. I'm not sure. But yeah, Dave finally left. And a little bit of traffic on the road. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. My plan was to run a lot of dirt, but in truth, I'm kind of enjoying myself, just going old school with the pan. But I'm going to snuffer that up. I'm going to have me a sip of Blue Mountain, maybe eat one of my sandwiches, and make a decision then. Gold Rush 23. Okay, just another update. So, I'm never going to be able to move that. I kind of played around over on the back side of it, and the gravels just don't seem right. So I went ahead and I picked here. So now, starting to look more of what I look for. Kind of like that clay kind of color. I already threw a bunch of the big rocks out. So once again, doing a test pan. Well, for this top layer. It's always a good indicator of what could be down below. And this actually looks okay. But we won't know until we pan. Let me get to it. Gold Rush 23. Alrighty, I finished that test pan. Looking much better. I thought that material looked a lot more like what I'm looking for, but you know, I took my super sluice down there and speed panned it down and put it in my SB14 here, and just because it's easier to control. And if I counted right, there's like 11 or 12 flakes in there, but that's not the important part. I gotta get this water just barely in there. Oh, I got a floater. Got a floater right there. Anyway, we got a nug and a couple other good sized flakes and a lot of micro dots. So that's more what I'm looking for, especially since that was just the very top. I mean, there was even sand and stuff in that. So I don't even know what time it is yet. Still, it's kind of fun panning. It's been a long time since I just panned. Kind of pan, sit on my butt, pan, sit on my butt. Helps when you have a nice soft rock to sit on too. But let me think about if I want to set up my recirc or not, or just keep fiddle farting with the pans. I don't know. I'm just enjoying it. Gold Rush 23. Howdy. Alright, I made up my mind. I've already been here like 3 hours. Told you I don't bust my booty too hard. But anyway, I decided that I brought it down here. I might as well reset my recirc. So all I do is I run my keen and it feeds into a bucket, and then I have the sled sloped a little bit this way so the silt actually kind of, if it does overflow in the bucket, settles down here, and I got my pump back there. And then I got my concrete tub, and that actually will hold 3 full buckets, well, my 3/4 buckets. So my plan is classify 3 buckets, fill that up, and then classify 3 more and have them ready to go. And then I'll run a 6 bucket run before I'll have to dump that water and change the water, I'm pretty sure. So, still just a beautiful day. I'm hoping that's a good spot, because that was only 1 pan and I had a dozen, so you figure there's, oh, I don't know, 7 or 8 super sluices in each bucket. So we should get some good gold if it stays on. So let me get to it. Gold Rush 23. Howdy. Alright, just an update. I'm getting pooped. So truthfully, that bin only held 2 3/4 buckets. If I put another one on there, it might overflow. So I got the 3rd, and that would be 4 or 5, but good golly. So I am in good dirt down here. That's the good stuff down here. But it's tough digging. That's everything I classified. And rocks and more rocks. And then there's a few more rocks. And there's a couple rocks. There's a couple rocks. And that big old hunkin' boulder is the original hole, if you remember. And I found this one that I could bring down if I have to. But in truth, I am out of shape. I gotta get my butt out here every weekend, otherwise, good golly. And the hard part about this is I didn't stage it. A lot of times we drop into the hole and we'll stage it up on top, so we don't have to bend over so much. But yeah. So I'm gonna take a break. Did find some cool rocks from my Emma Gemma. I keep those. Besides, it's always nice to have sand in your pockets. So I'm gonna sit down for a minute at my hydration station. I'm hoping I can get enough dirt out of here. I should be able to get enough dirt for 2 more buckets. But it's looking good. It's going to be a 5 bucket run, and that's probably going to be it for the day. That's tough digging. It, of course, always goes easier when you have your buddy here, because working together, even if we were classifying, you know, one person shoveling, the other person screening. But typically when I run into these kind of rocks, it's good. A lot of gravels in there, a lot of gravels. I don't know, I'm not going to know until I run. Test pans. I will say though, I was hesitant to do this to research because I was actually enjoying kind of prospecting. Just, yeah, I'm going to test here, I'm going to test there, I'm going to do this, and then you take a big mound of dirt and find a couple flakes and you get all excited and everything. I did talk to that fly fisherman. His name is Dave. He's a good guy, a local guy. He didn't catch anything, but he does that. He does that the same reason I do this, just to get out in nature, peace and quiet. Sure, I didn't help. I was probably talking too much to him, but no, he was actually surprised to see my pan when I had gold in it. So it's always fun, but right now, oh, my back. So I'm going to push through 2 more buckets, and that arbor fabricator, though, I'll tell you, that bar is a little bit of a hindrance in the way, but well worth it. You just spin it a couple times and boom, it's done. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, beautiful day. It's kind of, I hate to say it because it's been so cold recently. That sun now is behind the trees, which I've said before, you know, now you get a breeze and it starts cooling off. Now I'm worried it's going to get too cold because right now it feels perfect. Of course, I'm working and sweating a little bit, but, you know, let me get a couple minutes break here, then I'll get them last 2 buckets classified and fire off the mighty keen wash plant. Gold Rush 23. All right, howdy hey. Oh, boy. Well, oh man, I should have put this on some more pan. Did the clean out, and I just started pulling back, and there's already gold there. I'm going to do this really quick because I still got to reclimate this hole. Come on. When I was cleaning out the sluice, I saw gold, but I wasn't real happy with it. So I don't know, this could be a complete flop or not. Oh, there's gold there. Again, there's so much black sand, I'm trying to get down into it. There's some stars showing up there. Come on. There we go. Now it's starting to show up. But not as much as last week. And again, I'm not spending a lot of time doing this. Just trying to get motivated. That was a lot of work. Well, there's some better flakes up there. Any gold is gold. Except for Richard's, it's black. Goodness gracious, this is really dense sand. Anywho, it doesn't look the greatest. Ooh. Doesn't look the greatest, but hey, it all adds up, and we really won't know until I do a good cleanup on it. This hole, I mean, I'm just telling you, goodness gracious, it's, well, you see my pick there, it was a fight all the way, and there's still compressed rocks underneath, but I would have to pull that one, and this one, and maybe even that one, to even get down into that. I tried crevicing, you know, as quickly and as fast as I could, but I mean, it's just, you move 2 or 3 bigger rocks, and then some medium rocks, then you classify, just to get, you know, a quarter shovelful. So that was some tough digging. It's okay. I got some belly to lose. But I do need to reclimate that hole, get home, get this cleaned up. Hopefully. If not tonight, it'll be tomorrow. Unfortunately, I don't have a light yet underneath my carport. So, can't really do it in the dark. But, anywho, looking forward to tomorrow. I get to go visit with my daughter and my grandbabies. So yeah, it's a good day. It's a peaceful day. A few people came down. And again, that don't bother me, but and they didn't stay. But yeah, I feel good. So long-winded. I'm gonna have to edit this one for sure. But we got the cane put back together. We got to pack everything up, get it out of here, fill in that hole, and go home and see if I got a nug. Cold West 23. Alrighty, welcome back. Just wanted to say I got everything packed up. Got the hole reclamated. I know we all hate doing it, especially me, but got to do it. All I have left to do is pack up my hydration station, take everything to the truck, and get this cold cleaned up. Cold West 23. Howdy, hey. Okay, I made it home. Boy, I tell you what, I feel like I just went to the gym and worked out. My back and my muscles, everything are aching right now. It's like, that was a lot of rock. But it was a fun day. I really did actually just enjoy panning and everything. I think because it is casual. But I had the gear there. I had to try. So I truthfully only ran 5 buckets because that's all I could get out of that hole unless I wanted to expand it again. And I didn't want to do that. So, got my concentrates. And of course my kitchen type strainer device and my bigs. So I am gonna get this screen down. Got my gold wheel ready to go. I'm not very optimistic about this one. But I don't know, maybe I'll be pleasantly surprised. No matter what, it was a great day. The gold's a bonus, but when I clean out that Keen, Mighty Keen wash plant, I typically can see the ripples once the suction stops and the water stops. It kind of slides out and you can see gold, and I didn't see a lot. I did have to pan that back really quick because I wanted to get back here in time to clean, because tomorrow I got plans and everything. I know my philosophy is actually, why do today when you can put it off till tomorrow, but it's one of those days where tomorrow is finally going to be here because I got a lot of chores I got to get done, and I get to go visit my Emma, Gemma, and my grandbabies. So let me get this going and cleaned up, and I'll show you what I got. Cold West 23. Howdy. Well, okay. I'm actually happy and kind of surprised, but you guys saw the pictures in the video of the flakes that I got last week, Richard and I. These are way smaller. There's maybe 1, 2, maybe 3 nugs in there. Everything else is micro dots. So yeah, it's a hit and miss, but it's still gold. It's not a lot. I only ran, like I said, 5 buckets, so let me show you. So that's not bad. I'm not digging like that for that every day, because that was tough digging. I moved more rock than I did dirt, and I was hoping for similar to last week, but gold's gold. I went out and had a good time. Got to talk to a guy who actually is a really neat guy, and I still wish he would have caught a fish. It was a beautiful day to get out, had some exercise, maybe a few cracked bones, but no, I'm happy. Good day. It's a good day. So, that being said, I know I'm coming up on 200 subscribers. I am going to do a 500 subscriber giveaway. I'm going to do a dig somewhere, hopefully get Richard involved, where we run all day, and we're going to create some pay dirt, and then I'm going to add a gram to that. And then I don't know how to do all that stuff as far as random stuff, but we'll figure it out when that day comes. And send some of you guys some Pacific Northwest Gold Rush or pay dirt and see if you can pan that kind of stuff. But I do appreciate it. Keep them coming. Keep the comments coming. Hit that thumbs up button. Let your friends know. Share it. I want to get to that 5. That's my goal for this summer. Hit that 500 mark. And if you are a new subscriber, I just want to say thank you. And hit that subscribe button if you're not. And if you're not, Gold Rush 23. Have a great week.